Hi, this is Bruce, and this will be a little bit of a review of how to go from Sketch to wireframe, and then from wireframe to determining our semantic HTML. So you can see here, similar to what we've already looked at, I've created a really quick sketch, and you can see my artwork has not improved. And then from the sketch, what I did was I created a quick wireframe, so we can see that the page is starting to take shape. In the wireframe, I've got a little bit of a nav at the top. I've got a header area here for identifying the site and my name or your name, obviously. And then I've got project sections. So when we start off, we'll be starting off obviously with just the first project, and then we will also have the exercises, exercises 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And then once we get to the second project, we will be adding another section for project 2, and we'll do the same with project 3 and project 4. So you can see, all I've done is I've taken the same layout or the same basic structure. I've flipped it a little bit just to help balance the page and create a little bit of a visual separation. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the separations yet, but in the final we should have those things cleared up. I might put images in there or something like that. And then here's, I think, what is the interesting thing, is from the wireframe on the left-hand side here, what I've started to do is to determine the elements that I'm going to be using for my HTML. And although this seems like it's a waste of time, I think it's actually a very good use of your time, because when it comes time to actually coding the HTML for your website, we don't really have to think about it that much. So at the top, I've decided my top section is going to be a nav, and or a secondary nav. I'm not quite sure what's going to go up here. Probably, I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. But a link back to this page to reload it and some other stuff. In the header section, obviously, I've got two headers. I've got an H3, which is the name of the course, and an H1, which is my name, which is more important, although you will see here that I've made it a little less dark so that really the thing that stands out, although not quite as much as I would like yet, but it will when I get the color scheme going, is the projects. The whole goal of this site is to be able to link to your exercises and to your projects, with the projects being the most important. So the hierarchy, the thing that we want to see first, is the project and the image here, which will be a link to the project with a fig caption underneath. Okay, and then these sections, right? So the project sections are going to be very similar. So we'll have a section. The whole thing will be a section. And then inside that section, we'll have an article. So the article will be this section. And then also inside the section, at the same level as the article, we'll have a figure. Inside the article, I've got the links to the exercises. So I'm using, in this case, I could have used a nav, but in this case, I'm going to use an unordered list with list items. And in each one of the list items, I'm going to have a link to the actual exercise. On the other side of the page, I'm going to create a figure. So figure and article are going to be at the same level. And then inside the figure, I'm going to put an image, so that will be the whole image here. And underneath it, I'm going to put a fig caption, as you can see represented here. The project 1 section is exactly the same as the one above, and the only reason I've included it is just to show you that I've just flipped the order. So now I've got my figure on the left, or my figure first, and then the article or the list to the links to the exercises second. And if we focus down here in the bottom, with no surprise, I've got it as a footer, and then nav, and then within the nav there will be links or anchor tags. Okay. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and I'll have another video for this and put together the HTML, the basic structure. Maybe put a little bit of placeholder text in, but probably I'll just go and put the actual text in, since I already know what the project is and I know what the exercises are. And then after that, the next thing to do will be to create our style sheet. So we'll have to figure out what kinds of styles we're going to need in order to get this layout. I hope this helps.